creative color art products, and I'm your host of ColorPlay Live Tuesdays and Fridays at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time and at 9 a.m. on Saturdays. This morning, though, this is a special early short broadcast. Got a lot on my plate here trying to cut down these samples for you guys. So we're taking reservations for the mystery boxes. I had to share with you guys. I found there was 2 Laguna Azul. So apparently there was version 1, and then this one says new Laguna Azul. One looks just a little bit more green blue, and one looks a little bit more blue green. So an eighth of a cup is about approximately 60 ml jar. So what I'm going to do is these ones that are really, really full, like this one. Hey there, oodles of doodles. I know I'm early. It's a really short live, but because I got to get working on getting these things broken down, everybody. So, and something like this may hold 4 1/8 cups. It may hold 3 1/8 cups. We're going to find out what this is going to do. But basically, we're going to split these in half. Yeah, what was funny, I didn't realize until I looked, there's a bluer version of Laguna Azul and a greener version. I mean, this is case in point of looking at my custom lab samples. And oodles, what we're doing is it's not up on the website yet, but I couldn't figure out how to give you guys a button to pick a violet or pick a color in a metallic. So what I mean is the mystery boxes are going to have a nice assortment, but there'll be a focus color for you. For example, I'm trying to remember where that is. Evelyn Warner loves purple. Okay, now this kind of straddles a blue and a purple. But when I opened up a purple that I had on here, she goes, oh my God, I love that purple. Hey, Dee. So what we're going to do is do a focus color. This says JN. I think John Niedenmeyer kind of put dibs on this one. But when I was showing them these colors yesterday, how these tubs look. So what we're going to do is do a rainbow assortment for everybody's mystery box. There'll be the equivalent. Good morning, Marjorie. There will be the equivalent of getting 24 30 ml jars of color. Okay. Your favorite's blue. Okay. So oodles, here's how it's working. You can make a reservation in this comment or in Saturday's comments and simply say oodles of, but we need your real name actually. You could also text me at 559-326-8718 and tell me what you want and your real actual name. So, for example, Evelyn Warner likes purple. Evie. Yeah, but I need the full name. I love Evie. Evie's a great, is that your birth name? Were you born with that name? That's a great name. Anyway, so Evelyn Warner, she says, I want a mystery box with a focus on purple and gold. So we'll make sure she has an extra luscious jar of some kind of purple color and then some kind of color that goes to the gold. Hey, Janelle, how you doing, sweetheart? I'm just doing a brief one today, really, really brief. I need to knock it out. This morning, I'm fighting with, let me see my face while I talk about this, fighting with FedEx for our missing packages of interference red and violet. I mean, we got our interference red and violet back ordered on the website, and FedEx hasn't exactly found our containers yet. It's happened before. But my point is, there's just a lot of stuff on my plate today. The watercolors that we pre-sold are getting staged in my garage, and I got to get them packed and off tomorrow morning so they can get shipped. And then I start the journey of figuring out how I'm going to cut these big tubs down so I can do only 45, possibly 50, but there's only going to be 45 mystery boxes. These are made out of my custom samples that yeah. But with FedEx trying to import something from Asia. So these are samples over the years. Okay, well then text me at 559-326-8718. Now they're $375 a piece, We do have Klarna, which you can break up, but gift cards are not going to work. Affiliate coupon codes are not going to work. I'm literally selling all these boxes to raise capital to move out of here because we know the landlord wants me out of the house. I've been here 19 years. It's time to leave. Hi there, Miss Harrington. How are you doing, Donna? So today is just a real quick show and tell, let you guys in. Ooh, this is interesting. I don't remember when I made this. Oh, I just opened up something I haven't seen in like the phone number, 559 326 8718. Look at this color. We know this color never made it into a primary element. Wow. I know that Kathleen McGee really wants to, it says Peridot Glitz, Pale Olive. This was my notes on it when I made it. So the point is, these are custom samples that have been made over the last 19 years. When I make a set and I have to create 12 colors, sometimes there might be 14, sometimes there might be 17. Maybe I only make the 12 and then I have to figure out how to make a bonus one. But most of the time there's extra variations. And like I said, there's even two versions of Laguna Azul. This one says New Laguna Azul, which I can tell by looking at it looks more blue. And then the regular Laguna Azul looks more like a malachite green blue, right? So anyway, I've got about 4 of these trays I need to break down. And then how you do it is message me. You can leave a message here in the comments. If we actually have your name, we actually have to have your name in the system, okay? And that way, otherwise, we can't find you and bill you. And what I'm doing is in advance, I'm creating the orders and handwriting into the notes that you want the violet and purple. I've been trying to make it as part of the item that I created that you could pick a color and pick a metallic, but it wouldn't let me do it. So it has to be in the notes. Now, sometime this afternoon, the mystery box, awesome, Yvonne, where just get a hold of me, make sure we have your address and everything too. If you've purchased from us before, then you're in the system. If you haven't, we're gonna need your information. So then later on this afternoon, once I get as many pre-reservations, I'm going to give all of our regular customers a chance to reserve these. I'm going to put it up there. It'll be on the ColorPlay deal page. And again, anybody listening, it will block the gift cards and it will block an affiliate coupon code. It's not going to work because we're trying to raise capital. It's going to cost $10,000 to get me out of here. But today I want to follow up just slightly on the piece we were working on Saturday and Friday. Of course, when the Friday event kept stopping and starting, wow, okay, that wasn't fun. So what I did, just going to do a quickie little explanation. A lot of people are telling me I should have filmed as I started touching this thing up, and I wasn't quite sure how to point the camera because I'm having the canvas kind of sit half in my lap and half up against this table when I was doing the touch-up work. That I want to show you. This is the piece that I did with the fresh leaves, okay? And if you remember, there's a broadcast where I showed you that I had taken a fresh trumpet vine leaf section, sprayed it with water, had it make contact with the canvas. I did all of them that way. See how far back I can get this thing so you can see it. And then poured pink grapefruit, a little bit of key lime, and as it started setting up, I wanted something with more contrast. This actual browning area is for me pouring chestnut brown. And these are the twinkling H2Os, the watercolors I was doing it with. So I just let this get all juicy, pull some out, send it down with water. And this is what happened when the chestnut brown was put in there under the leaves. It dried, okay. Then I went in and started touching it up. I started adding pink anthurium to the sides to add more contrast on one side. I then started working on the shadows. Now on Saturday's broadcast, you'll get to see a little bit of this. I used wine and roses directly up against the leaves, but because this is kind of in the reddish family and this has red in it, I needed more. So then I mixed the forest green. This is going to be an unbelievable mix for you guys. Forest green and royal orchid, a purple and a green. But because this has so much blue in it, it made this really crazy, I don't know if I have my palette sitting right here. No, I can't see it. It made this really unusual bluish purple color that you see coming out of here. That made that color right there, mixing the forest green and the royal orchid. So I added the shadows at the end of the broadcast. Then when I came back, it was that night, I went, okay, well, really cool paintings I've seen, because I've decided to do shadow here, right? Have light coming into the center, like you have a light source. So I went ahead and took some of our aqueous white, okay, poured a little bit of the Purely Pigment aqueous white on a paper plate, little bit of water, and I took my big paintbrush, of course this is wet, I'm not going to touch it now, and just started applying a little bit of the aqueous white down this whole center area all the way down to here. Now, aqueous white is more transparent than your titanium. So once I had the dabs of white in here, I took this stipple brush. These are like a horsehair stipple brush, and it just redistributes the white they used for something other. Yeah, that I'm showing you, Janelle. I poured the watercolors under the leaves and created these patterns by pouring the colors under fresh leaves. You need to go back and watch these videos, how I did this. And then to distribute that white, Janelle had asked if I can use something other than a brush. I do direct color to rubber too, but you still kind of apply it. You have to have some kind of tool to apply it. So then I got this white. Have to go, sweetheart. All right, sweetie, I'll get a hold of you. Make sure you text me. So I softened up the white to make sure it kind of blended in. Then I went back in here and decided, okay, where does the shadow end? Where does the light begin? And just kept tightening up the lines. Now, it's not completely done, but if you go back and you watch the earlier broadcast from last week, you won't believe it night and day. It doesn't look like the same piece. Now, the leaves that we did on Saturday's broadcast, where I put the color directly on the rubber, and then I pulled the leaves off, we were going to let it dry, and this is what it looks like. Now, there's still a little bit of leaf fragments here that needs to be scratched off, right? And, but this was using the chestnut brown directly on the hydrangea leaf. So what I did is I applied the paint directly on the leaf this time and basically stamped with it, sort of. Put a little bit of color underneath it so it would wetten. I kind of lifted up the leaf, and you'll see that video on Saturday where I lifted up the leaf and made sure I poured color underneath them. So there'd be a little variation. And then I let the hydrangea head of the flower sit down. It kind of sat flat. And I brushed on Snapdragon, little bit of the jasmine, and then I took some of the Peribelle Purely Pigments, mixed it with some water, and just kind of poured it into the leaves. Now, I've got to figure out how to get those patterns. How am I going to go detailed? Do I only want to just kind of outline the patterns that it's made in here? Do I want to go completely detailed and do the, because the hydrangea has a some have 5, some have 3, but most of them are for 4 petals. And so there's a petal underneath, and then there's a petal and petal left or right. So I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with this, but I thought you might want to see how this dried. And I'm not even sure what the next phase is, but it is interesting how when I put the paint on the leaves, it's way more detailed than just having the leaf make contact with just water in the leaf and then pouring the color under the leaf. It's a little bit softer. Anyway, I want to give you guys an update. I didn't just want to skip the broadcast without letting you know what's going on. I knew this would be a very short one, but it's some way for you guys to check in with what we're doing. So I'll be doing the orders for the first, I think, 17 boxes we have pre-ordered on the mystery boxes, contacting people basing, what kind of method of payment they want to use. Klarna is always an option on our website, so you can break it down into 4 payments. That's something that we offer. Oh my God, you did the airbrush thing? Awesome, sweetheart. That's great news. I heard that Jeff from Artist Till Death did end up using the Purely Pigments and an airbrush. Well, we knew they would work, but that is so great that he used them and he was happy with them. Thank you for that feedback. I love you for letting me know. So anyway, you guys have a good week. I may pop in before Friday because I don't really feel like this is a full broadcast. But I thought you should kind of have an idea of, what I'm working on. So let me know what your favorite colors are. Wow, there's not very much of the rose quartz in this one. And we'll get those mystery boxes prearranged for you guys, the guys that are making reservation. And then I'll just put them up on the website for sale. They'll be under the ColorPlay Live section. Go into ColorPlay. Right now, it still says Art of Color Club membership. We're removing that from the menu where it's just a ColorPlay Live page. ColorPlay Deals. ColorPlay Deals. And that's me talking about products here on my ColorPlay Live series on YouTube. And then I can point out specials that we're having. You don't have to dig through the whole website to find them. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day. And forgive me for no brows and lips today. This is just straight on. Come in, check in, see what you guys are doing. Big hugs and love. I will see you at least by Friday, if not sooner. And I'll be contacting everybody about their, hey, Opal, be contacting everybody about the mystery box pre-reservation that you did. Much love and many hugs to all you guys. See you guys soon. Bye.